Today we have VTuber drama. Oh god, it's me. Only 4 videos, that means there must not have been too much drama. That's a dub. So, I promised you guys every single week I would be covering all of the VTuber drama that happened in the last week, because a lot of people just want to hear my takes, which is totally cool. So Kyo is my guide. I am versed in most of this drama even before watching these videos. Let me say, some of them, like the corporate drama, I am not very, involved in. I don't know that well. I'm not on such a deep level because most of it I personally find cringe and not entertaining enough. Yes, I watch drama for entertainment, okay? Not for news. So while Kyo is my guide, I do not formulate my opinions around this fellow. The reason why I use him as my guide is because his videos are actually short and watchable, instead of insanely long covering news that isn't drama related, which I respect. It's just not what I'm doing.
So as you probably already know, VShojo has revealed the newest member of their team, Haruka Caribou, someone that quite a bit of people thought was already inside of the company due to how close she is to many of the talents. And before we even get into any of the
Haruka is freaking awesome, by the way. Just saying. I'm a huge fan of Haruka. I think she's an absolute mad lad. One of the coolest people in the entire community.
Backlash VShojo has gotten into because of this announcement, I just want to say huge congratulations to Haruka. None of the backlash discussed in this video has anything to do with her at all. Now with that out of the way,
Yeah, because she's awesome and pure.
Let's take a look at the issue people are taking with this new addition to VShojo. With this VTuber Wada saying, quote, "I feel really bad for the indies that applied for VShojo and thought they had a chance. 2 years of being baited by auditions just to lose to 3 nepotism hires of established streamers."
Yeah, this is a completely based take.
What a joke. Now, of course, with a take like this, many people that are fans.
Yeah, so for all of you that don't know, my VShojo drama that happened like a year ago, it all started because of these auditions. Like, they released auditions and a lot of people applied. I know a lot of behind the scenes things that I'm not going to talk about because it's not relevant. A lot of people applied to these auditions and they never really heard, some of them never heard back. A lot of them heard back, they got to phase 2, whatever that means. Obviously, if you're applying for these auditions, it's a big job and therefore a lot of private info is required. So when the doxer guy came around and started masquerading as VShojo collecting info, people thought it was real, and people actually fell for it and got doxxed and swatted because of it. So VShojo's incompetence when it came to these auditions was kind of terrifying, not gonna lie. And the fact that here we are years later and the only people they added from these auditions are established VTubers and friends, it's a little sussy. Again, this is not to diminish Haruka's thing, and this isn't criticism to any of the VShojo members either. Like, this is purely company befuddlement.
Fans of VShojo will defend this and say things like, quote, "Wasn't that kind of the whole point of VShojo in the first place? They never said they were going to be lifting up smaller streamers or anything like that, so where's the issue?" And who's to say she didn't go through the same application audition process as everyone else? Which I will add on that Haruka during her stream after the announcement did state that she applied during the application process of VShojo. However, Wada responded with a screenshot of their auditions that shows, quote, "regardless of size." Now, they didn't specifically say they'd be choosing smaller streamers, but giving people some false sense of hope that they'd be chosen no matter their size if they had experience sucks to see. But let's move over to another take coming out from Maiko, who said, quote, "Why host
Well, it's more than sucks to see. It's just, it's weird. It's suspicious almost as to why did they do these auditions? Were they just like scoping talent? Like, I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Apps to join a VTuber group and waste people's times when you're just going to pick your bestie anyway." I remember Mooch saying they were waiting months to hear back for any answers after making it further, pouring one out for the indie VTubers tonight. Maiko continued with, "Super happy for Haruka, by the way. She's super talented."
Look, VShojo's a company, right? A company's job is to make money. So it makes sense that they're going to take the most established people. It's just a little weird, the level and scale these auditions had and never hearing back from them at all.
And honestly, I thought she was getting in way back when Keisan made it in. Just feeling bad for all the applicants who I thought had a more solid chance. And we'll take a look at this last one here, saying, quote, "As someone who hasn't auditioned for any agency and doesn't watch bigger VTubers much at this point for various reasons, it doesn't seem like people are upset at Haruka herself, but VShojo as a company." Continuing with, quote, "They took over a year after they opened auditions to announce their English member, and I've heard that that's because she wanted more time to fully think about accepting their offer. While that may be believable, other things that leave bad impressions include having a member that barely creates content under VShojo, taking over a year after apps to announce 1 new member, debuting 2 Japanese members from another agency."
Yeah, because they were all about sniping. They tried to snipe Keisan the moment Keisan left Hololive. Like, they are all about getting that talent, and that's their job. Literally. It's a company. A company's job is to make money, so they'll take people that'll make them money. It's a bit weird phrasing on the auditions thing. Like, they're just taking friends and seems like nepotistic behavior, even though they made it seem like it would not be. that's a little weird. But what their choices that they made make sense as far as business move.
Before the English member and the whole Nux drama.
Oh, who's that? Oh, hey, oh, he mentioned me. Oh my God, senpai. Oh, I'm telling you, there is not a VShojo drama that happens. And there's a lot of VShojo dramas here and there, but bro, the company does not have a good PR team. Holy crap, my VShojo meltdown. That was the worst thing that ever happened to VShojo. Guys, get a PR team, bro. Why am I mentioned every time? Every single time there's some VShojo thing happening. Why am I always thrown under the bus? You know, my mentions were flooded at that day. Dude,
as I said,
leave me
no
alone.
one is upset with Haruka. Everyone is disappointed with VShojo yet again because of their decision to just hire someone they're already friends with. They opened auditions over a year ago and essentially nothing other than an entire doxing situation and backstabbing of a friend came from it. They
oh shit! This man said it.
Essentially wasted everyone's time, and I guarantee if VShojo ever opens auditions again, they will see significantly less applicants than before. But even with all of that said, seeing people throw the hard work Haruka has put in into the garbage just because she was friends with VShojo before sucks. She's worked
That's true. I messaged Haruka the day she got in, congratulating her, and she was appreciative and all that. Haruka is awesome and deserves all the success. Being upset at a company's terrible PR decisions and individuals' bad and horrible actions and stuff, that's one thing. But being upset at her because she's lumped in this group with friends, that's just cruel. Haruka deserves all the love in the world.
Very hard to get where she is today, and I'm happy for her. Now, there is a tweet that I've seen many people ignoring here from Iron Mouse that says, quote, "Our VShojo family is a bit bigger today and will only get bigger soon. The horizon is looking really, really bright. I hope you guys continue to join us on this journey." Iron Mouse here says the VShojo family will get bigger soon, obviously meaning they have plans to debut more talents in the near future. And now I saw something else on Twitter earlier, and if I find it, I will show it on screen. But there was a quote from when Keiso and Nazuna debuted that said VShojo wants to focus on debuting only a few people at a time to focus on them and build them up instead of releasing massive generations of talent. So all we can really do at this point is wait and see if any of the new talents.
It's interesting because VShojo's strategy never really seemed to build up the talents joining. There's kind of more to have them under that umbrella. Maybe I'm mistaken because I haven't been that invested in VShojo lately, but I don't see them investing into each one. They kind of just let them do their thing and collab and have fun, which is, I think, all they should do. That's basically what their agency's motto is.
Brings on weren't already close with the talent. Anyway, huge congratulations to Haruka on her entrance into VShojo. Let me know what you all think about this.
Nux jump scare!
For the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
That's something. Alright, well, that was that drama. Well, I'm glad the next stuff all has to do with Niji and not me, so that's huge.
Two of the biggest corporations in the VTuber scene are teaming up with one another.
The two biggest corporations in the VTubing scene. I think you should phrase it correctly, sir.
To fight against slander, death threats, stalking cases, and more. As we can take a look at the two tweets coming from Cover Corp and Anycolor, the companies behind Hololive and Nijisanji, both tweets spreading news about the cooperative system of the two companies to fight against the acts mentioned previously, and below both tweets we can find their joint statement on this matter. The statement starts off thanking everyone for supporting the two companies, but very quickly gets into the matter at hand. With quote, "However, on the other hand, we condemn the fact that the reputation or trust of virtual livers and talents that are affiliated with our companies are being unnecessarily tarnished, and we truly regret that acts of defamation and the like are being committed by certain individuals with the intention of unjustly interfering with VTuber activities. And we have seen quite a few times where these acts have either caused a suspension of activities or likely led to the graduation of talents that we'll speak about a bit later."
It's funny when the companies say stuff like that. We condemn harassment. It's like, what rational person would support harassment?
As the statement continues on with quote, "These acts of defamation are being carried on anonymously, carried out in a carefree manner on internet forums, social media, and the like. Such acts are harming the emotions and mental state of affiliated virtual livers and talents, are placing them in a situation to make it difficult to conduct their activities, and furthermore are ruining their lives." When it comes to this segment, hours before this entire joint statement was released, we had Hololive announcing that Lapless Darkness would be taking a leave of absence due to her mental health, and this decision has apparently come directly from management. Now, it is entirely possible that these two cases are not linked, but I personally believe they could be, even if just a little. Either way, I hope Lapless takes the time she needs to take care of herself and returns when she's in better shape. But the joint statement continues with quote, "Therefore, we are striving to protect affiliated virtual livers and talents from these heartless acts of defamation and the like. We have, thus far, held a firm position on these matters and have been engaging in public awareness awareness campaigns, and various strategies so that our fans can
I wish
comfortably
this stuff would
enjoy
help.
the various content
Look,
that we provide.
I wish
Going
it would
forward,
help.
while implementing these countermeasures, we intend to go even further by cooperating with other companies in accordance with these circumstances and matters at hand, and intend to work vigorously to eradicate acts of defamation. They then list examples of what they are targeting, with quotes specifically with respects to acts of defamation, infringement of privacy rights, infringement of goodwill by acts such as quote trolling, and acts such as death threats, stalking acts, and the like that are committed against affiliated virtual livers and talents. We will be sharing know-how to execute the countermeasures discussed above, working together on various other countermeasures, which include
Hi, I'm Nux Goodman. Well, the Constitution says that you have rights, and so do I. Come with me today on this journey, and all of you will have a wonderful, exciting time of death threat-free living.
It's taking legal action related to cases where affiliated virtual livers / talents of both companies are being victimized, and structuring a system where we can work together with the police and other companies. So it's actually insane that these talents and
Please, they're gonna work with the police because some anonymous guy harassed a VTuber on 4chan. I don't even see what they could possibly do. I mean, it would be wonderful if they could stop all of these death threats and all of this harassment. It would be great, because it's really, really horrible, really disgusting and despicable that people do that. But like, what's this gonna help?
both companies have to deal with stalkers and constant slanderous remarks. As for death threats and trolls, that's just what comes when you're a content creator, unfortunately. People criticize you for everything you do, but in Japan, they can sue you for those acts. They do let us into what they have.
There was a troll or something that tweeted something along the lines of they hate like a Nijisanji costume. Nijisanji, the company, sued him for that. I may be exaggerating slightly. I do remember something like that happening. Like, in Japan, it's a very different ballgame.
Have been able to resolve thus far with, quote, from October 2022 to November 2022, we have worked together to negotiate with the operators of certain so-called summary sites that we have determined to have posted information that tarnishes the reputation or trust of our affiliated virtual livers and talents. We are moving towards entering into a settlement agreement with such operators that will take the form of having certain conditions to ensure that the rights of affiliated virtual livers and talents cannot be infringed, and that any acts to assist with defamation and the like will no longer occur. And their final statement is, quote, by the two companies working together this time around and going forward to carry out various countermeasures, we have taken a great step forward toward creating an environment where affiliated virtual livers and talents can comfortably engage in their activities. We will continue to endeavor in strengthening these procedures and engage in various countermeasures. So is this a good thing? Yes, it's very good to stop the illegal activities that are affecting the talent inside of these companies. Such acts including stalking and slanderous remarks.
Yeah,
however,
it's all
when
bad,
we have talked about this same topic in the past with just Nijisanji taking people to court, many of you have pointed out that these companies can and have likely sued people for simply criticizing the talents, but
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's kind of what I was saying earlier. Yeah, it's really scary. Like, on the one hand, yes, it would be wonderful if they could stop harassment, but on the other hand, if you could just sue people that criticize you, then you're basically killing, like, the entire free speech market.
in Japan, that could count as slander or defamation depending on how it's worded. So when it comes to cases like those, I don't think it's too good, but overall, it's fine since it will be protecting the talents from real slander and, again, illegal acts. Again, these are likely only going to be cases handled in Japan where laws are very different than in other places when it comes to slander and defamation. But let me know what you all think in regards to this joint statement below. As we move over to Vox Akuma, who has addressed his chat's toxicity and changed rules inside of the chat. Thankfully, Lays has essentially summarized everything that has changed, with the biggest points being slow mode being active in chat for 15 to 30 seconds.
Well, that's some drama, gamers! Wow, slow mode activated!
So after his 2-week suspension was up on the 3rd, nor Vesper still hadn't returned, causing panic amongst his fans until last night when he finally tweeted out, quote, I'm back everyone, I'm really sorry if I made you worry. The suspension caused inconvenience to other talents such as Tempest, but the reason for the suspension itself was not because of the inconvenience to other talent. We had many fans happy, welcoming Vesper back to us, and even Yagu saying, quote, looking forward to working with you more.
From what I remember, Vesper was suspended from HoloLive. No one knew why. HoloLive just tweeted, we're suspending Vesper for a little bit. Vesper's back. I'm sorry if I made you worry. The suspension caused inconvenience to other talents, such as Tempest. The reason for the suspension itself was not because of inconvenience to other talents? What does that mean? The suspension was because of inconvenience to who? The company? Like, is that the implication here?
So obviously, people are happy that Vesper is back. However, people are still confused about the entire situation and would like to know more about the suspension. Thankfully, Vesper had scheduled a chatting stream for today, and during it stated that he can't go into all of the details, but was able to at least give us some details like this.
Like, I got suspended because I lost my temper. My quick temper is, by a very wide margin, the worst part of who I am. I have a quick temper now. I used to have just like a straight up bad temper when I was a young lad, and it took a long time and a lot of therapy for me to get better at that, and I improved it, and I got cocky. I thought, oh, I don't really have like a temper anymore. I'm past that. I'm older. I'm wiser. I don't have a quick temper or a bad temper, but I do. The main issue is that it's just like I got cocky, and I was just like, no, I don't have a quick temper. It is like 100% of the time the suboptimal choice to lose your temper. There's like
yeah, losing your temper is not done on purpose, so it's always the suboptimal choice. So he got suspended because he lost his temper. At least he's admitting it was his bad. At least he's not just, like, you know, making people hate the company for no reason. There's enough reasons to hate Hololive. You need to add this one on top of it.
Never going to be a situation, there has never been a situation in my own life where I was just like, yeah, the best course of action in that particular situation was to lose my temper. It's just like never a good thing. At the end of the day, the people that like suffered the most for it were the vesties, right? That's like what I was thinking about the most. The people that have like stuck around, I am very sorry. And I think that's about the extent of what I could talk about.
Now, I'm sure many people are going to continue speculating the entire reason for the suspension, but either way, I'm really happy to see Vesper back. Please let me know what you all think about this down below. As we now move on over to Takanashi Kiara, who during her Pokemon stream a few days ago spoke about the Minecraft Wither collab coming up, a collab with Gura, and opened up about how rude a few people in Gura's chat were to her in the past, having this to say about the situation at the time.
Normally, I'm gonna be honest, like I've noticed a long time before when I commented in her chat, I saw like 1 or 2 stupid comments in the chat being like, go away Kiara, or shit like that, and that honestly is just...
That really sucks.
I don't know. It's not very welcoming, so I stopped commenting since then.
She likely doesn't want to seem too sad about the dislike or hate that Gura's chat may have for her, since she kinda played it off with this.
I mean, usually she streams during a time where I'm not really up for watching streams anyway.
However, as I said, this is all from a past incident with Gura's chat, as Kiara went on to talk about her experience from recent times.
Ever since then, I didn't feel so welcome. But then yesterday, I didn't notice such a thing, and Gura was quite chatty and excited, so that was nice.
So thankfully, Kiara is now welcoming Gura's chat, and I'm sure there will still be some people saying things to Kiara. That's just the way people are. But I think she'll be able to just ignore those people with the overwhelming number of welcoming fans in the chat. But I would like to just touch a bit more on Gura's chat, or really VTuber chats as a whole, when it comes to the whole quote chat reflects the streamer debacle.
Yeah, I really don't like that whole sentiment that chats reflect streamers. There are some assholes in any chat that, like, no one should be upset at Gura because her chat's mean. I guess she could try to do her best, but it's not nice. It's disturbing.
Influence how our chat acts at times when it comes to certain things, but overall, when it comes to the way viewers act as individuals, especially when telling Kiara to go away and likely some other things, that's not on Gura at all, and thankfully Kiara went on to say that it isn't Gura's fault at all.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's not her fault or so, but her viewers, there's a lot of viewers that don't watch any other Hololive English member, I think. So sometimes, I guess they might not be so welcoming sometimes.
Of course, Kiara is correct that a lot of people in Gura's chat probably only watch her and her alone. Gura has such a massive audience that I'm sure some of them know nothing about Hololive outside of the fact that Gura is in this VTuber agency.
Yeah, I'm not taking responsibility for you guys, chat. You guys, whatever you do, I mean, honestly, you go ham, be nice to people, but if you're not, it's not on me. I am taking absolutely no responsibility for your assholery, okay? Listen, I'm taking zero responsibility for you guys being assholes.
But again, when it comes to the way chat acts, Gura doesn't have any control over that for the most part. We've even talked about a past incident with Gura's chat making racist jokes when a song came up during Trombone Champ, and we've even had Gura's and others' talents fan discords ban the mentioning of other people. Now, when it comes to that incident with Gura's chat banning the mentioning of me and some others, that had people saying that Hololive needs to get these—
I'm not gonna have sex sex with any of you, chat. Listen, none of you.
Fans under control and ban these discords entirely. Now, that's not possible to do since it's just a fan discord and not causing any real problems, but it's also not something Hololive should be worried about at all. For people to say that these discords reflect the talent, the company, and that letting them do whatever they want could lead to disaster is just wrong entirely. Most of the casual audience doesn't know about or care about the existence of these fan servers, and them banning the mentioning of certain creators, while it's dumb, isn't a real issue at all. Again, when it comes to chat, there isn't all too much.
Trolling Nux is mod approved. Wow, mods! Wow! I'm not having sex with you either. See that? You just lost your sex privileges.
Much that Gura can do. Should they hire even more mods to completely moderate chat? Yes, but there's way too many people in chat for them to be able to get everyone being an ass. And when it comes to these discords, the best thing to do is just ignore them and move on with your day. They aren't hurting anyone and they're there to just be fans of Gura without discussion of drama channels such as myself. So let me know what you think about this whole streamer and chat debacle down below.
Listen, streamers and chat are two separate entities. You just happen to be here, and I actually really like you guys. The Billies are kind of underrated. A lot of people say I have a toxic fandom, but that's because they're toxic. And you're just toxic to toxic people and wholesome to wholesome ones. Like we've trained you to do! Alright, let's keep going.
So yesterday was finally the day Nijisanji XSOLEIL debuted, and thankfully, after joking about it, Bear Vermilion did not, in fact, break some VTuber world record and graduate on his first day. Now, when he made that joke on Twitter, a lot of people played into it, but we did see some people rather upset with the joke, considering the number of talents inside of Nijisanji that have graduated recently. And to those people getting upset, I understand it, but at the same time, it was very clearly just
How is that joke, bro?
Make all of the time. But again, I guess considering we just had 2 talents graduate, it's understandable people would be upset about this. So I ask, what do you think about it? As we move on back to the debuts, all of them were amazing. There was some scuff, especially during Zion's stream.
We're a bit choppy, but you know, that's usually how PowerPoints go, and that's what you guys will be seeing soon, eh?
But overall, everything was great. I even asked in a community post last night what you all thought about them, and the overall consensus, to my surprise, was that many of you are now simps of Hex. Which, Hex is wonderful, so I'm really happy to see him getting the love he deserves after so many people were quick to judge him due to his voice before the debut. But while the debuts themselves went pretty great, some of the other members of Nijisanji were having a somewhat good, or I guess bad time of their own. That we'll look into.
Bad time? Is that a Sans reference?
Today's sponsor, Otaku X Anime, who is showcasing their newest VTuber talent, Alice Aoyama, who has been uploading shorts and covers to YouTube already, and has also been interacting with their community through Twitter. They debut on the 11th of December at 3 PM PST, so make sure to check Alice out tomorrow. Now let's take a look back over at Nijisanji Ian's Millie Parfait, who tweeted out, quote, "Babu cannot stop saying hold it down with a sexy voice, help, I can't stop laughing." She then went on to post a video of this that resulted in it being removed and her account being suspended, with Enma Alouette saying, "Oh my god, Millie's account got locked, was it the voice tweet?" And it then posted the tweet herself.
Twitter hates VTubers, it's crazy.
Leading to the same result. And now we can also take a look over at Ike Evelyn, who upon XSOLEIL's announcement was praying for someone to get jailed in Twitter just like he did back then. Only for he himself to be put in Twitter jail for posting the exact same video had, only for his to also follow shortly after. By the way, as a quick side note, thankfully none of the members of XSOLEIL were put in Twitter jail at all. Now, amongst all of these Niji members being thrown in Twitter jail, Homu Rainpuff miraculously somehow uploaded the exact same video as the others and was never suspended from Twitter. She said, "Am I safe? This is like a virus movie and finding out you're immune to the disease." And well, after hours of the video being up, it was never once removed off of Pomu's account, nor was her account ever locked or suspended. I know you're all probably curious as to what was getting them all thrown in Twitter jail, and I'll be honest, I'm a bit scared to play the video on YouTube, but hey, f it, here it is.
Hold it down!
So yeah, nothing really wrong with the video at all, yet it got multiple Nijisanji Ian VTubers thrown in Twitter jail for no reason at all. Thankfully, since it was only a 12-hour ban, they're all returning shortly, with Enna saying, quote, "Can't believe I'm so sexy that I jailed 3 of my friends and myself. Wow, everyone, it's time to call me Oni-sama." I don't think I will. Nice. Anyway, that was a bit of a fun conclusion to the XSOLEIL debuts and Nijisanji Ian suspension arc. Please let me know what you all think about XSOLEIL.
That happened. And that's all the drama of the last week, except for one, which, of course, I was currently getting a lot of hate tweets at me. So Jordan Peterson tweets, "And it's getting just impossible to find child porn on Twitter now." Smiley face, which is obviously sarcasm, but Muda has a hilarious reply. "I'll take your expert word for it," which is amazing. So I say it's a dark day for cupcake enthusiasts, EDP reference, of course, with this tweet from the Lolicon Defense Task Force, where they said, "Breaking news, all search for Loli and Lolicon has been banned on Twitter. So much for freedom! Nothing as beautiful as friendship forged in making fun of pedos." This was all meant in complete memery. This was total jokes. This was total comedy and jokes. And I'm still in the Rant Cafe server, and Truck Chen is probably gonna pop in now. Please do. And this was all obviously comedy and jokes. I didn't mean anything serious by it. So of course I have people in the comments. Dude, this one's amazing. This one has like 300 likes. I hope
Bees.
Hey, Truck Chan, I'm about to look at the worst tweet I've ever seen replying to me. I've gotten so many people hating on me for that tweet, making fun of lolly lovers.
Wow. You know, I've said it once and I'll say it before. If anybody's gonna get canceled for something, it might as well be for loving lollies.
I'm scared, dude. There's way too many. I'm gonna get banned on. I am gonna get banned on Twitch looking at like my comments and my responses.
God.
Dude,
literally
I had one guy
want to be
saying,
canceled by.
dude, I had someone in the reply saying, did you didn't know that anime and real life are separate things? I'm like, what? Dude, this tweet was a joke. This tweet was a joke. It was a total joke. I'm not making fun of anyone. It was complete comedy. Just these people are like, it's unbelievable. I didn't even get into the lolly discussion, the lolly debate, and all of that. First of all, I personally think it's weird because they look like kids and you're attracted.
They look
to
like
them,
children.
All right, I think it's weird. But listen, I'm not even getting into the debate because this Muda tweet, I'll take your expert word for it, from Jordan Peterson, was a joke because Jordan Peterson's tweet was satire. So mine was on this one, figuring this one was satire. The comments have convinced me that the Lolicon Defense Force, which is an actual Twitter apparently, is actually real. This wasn't a satire tweet. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
I was just joking around. And everyone's like, wow,
crazy.
Dude, did you know that on your channel you have like videos with anime characters?
That's fucking wild.
What? Is that like, listen, I'm not trying to get anyone here. I'm just having fun, man.
Bro, why are people so weird, man? I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither. But anyway, that wraps up the VTuber drama segment of the video. Stevie, you're gonna have a banger time putting all this together. That was very nice of Trick Jen to pop in. Well, anyway, so that was the VTuber drama. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.